It's recording. So welcome to Channel Blaine. Andrew Dean Foster for his... Yes, so today we'll be In the Heat of a Night. So In the Heat of a Night was released in 1967. The same year as Guess Who's Coming to Dinner. Both starring Sidney Poitier. Huh?
Was it the same year? Oh, let me check.
Yeah, 1967. Yeah.
Alright, so what do you want to start?
So yeah, the film was released in 1967 at the height of the Civil Rights Movement. Sidney Poitier's character is a black man, and he's Mr. Tibbs, Virgil Tibbs. He's is a police officer in the town of Sparta, and following being arrested for accidentally being arrested because he's a black man, it is discovered he's a police officer, and they ask him to help with the case, but he has to fight off a lot of racism and prejudice that is directed towards him.
Yeah. I wouldn't say he was accidentally arrested, he was just,
yeah.
With black men gets arrested to do it. Like, that's just how it was in that time.
Yeah.
It wasn't an accident, it was intentional.
Yeah, especially in the American South during that time.
Yeah. But, yeah, what do you want to talk about first?
Well, I think this film shows a real clash in the values that are often held in society and how things were changing during that time. You can see this through some of the oppositional values in this film, like the wife of the person who's been murdered.
Dolores. I believe it's that.
Is it Dolores?
Yeah, Dolores.
Okay, yeah, and how she wants his Virgil to stay on the case, even though the rest of the town wants him to get kind of lost.
Yeah, definitely, like, I guess the main value held in that society was just, black people were inferior, which is, just, obviously times have changed, and I think for the better in that regard. But, kind of, I think one thing that I noticed about this film was that, although it was meant to be like a crime drama, a crime thriller, that's supposed to be the main plot of it. I feel like that it was meant to be more so a commentary like that on on that particular ideal, the racial equality, white people, black, superiority, all that stuff. I think that was like the main, I guess. That was where the main focus of the film was. I think more so than, the actual plot of it. That makes sense. Like the actual story.
It's definitely there as acting more of a commentary on the thing. And at the time, there was actually this case going on about where this police officer was actually caught up in this whole incident in which a black man and two civil rights people had been murdered. And the officer was part of a Ku Klux Klan, and I feel like that's a bit relevant due to the whole police officers, large role the police have in this film.
Yeah, yeah, I know what you mean. Like, that, definitely commentary. I'll be completely honest, I think just shit like that is just, it's not right, but at least now it's a bit better, I guess. That was the norm back in the day. Obviously it was a huge controversy even back then, but I'm just happy that it's nowhere near as bad as what it used to be.
Yeah, there's definitely problems today, but it's not as bad as what it once was.
Oh yeah, without a doubt.
And what I find a bit interesting in this film is that the police chief, his values actually seem to a bit evolve during the film.
he goes through the most character development.
Yeah.
Like he definitely, I guess like the main value that was obviously held. He was like, usually police they're supposed to be, I guess, the holders of like the majority view, like the dominant value, I guess. But then over time, kind of, I guess, learns to accept the opposition or maybe, I guess, alternative. Like,
Yeah.
it's ultimately an emerging value anyway, but...
Yeah. It's oppositional because it's against the values that are held dominantly by the town, that black people are inferior, not to be trusted, and often deemed as criminal.
Yeah, it's not...
But
yeah, pretty much, it's... Yeah.
But it's also whole emerging because of all the changes that are going on in society and how more people are adopting it. And you kind of see this through his character as he kind of comes to, I guess, I wouldn't say a friendship, but they kind of get to know each other well by the end of the film.
To accept each other more.
Yeah. Because there's a moment in which the chief states that Virgil's the only person that's really been at his house.
Spoiler alert, jeez. It's not a huge spoiler. Yeah, there is... Yeah, I think that is actually a bigger spoiler, like, I guess, for the character development aspect of it, so... Sorry, people, I guess, who are watching this. You blame for that. But, yeah, I think we need to... I guess we need to talk more about the actual film rather than the... Just, I think we've kind of talked about that for a bit. But I guess one thing I thought that was I think that a lot of it was kind of average, to be honest. I mean, yeah, I'm not saying it's a bad film, but it's a bit. I think it's a little bit overrated, personally. You can go completely against what I'm saying, and a lot of people do. I just think that I get my personal.
Yeah, I would say.
What did you like about that, Blaine?
I did like the commentary on everything, and I did think the acting by Sidney Poitier was quite good. There was some pretty decent acting in the film, nothing really exceptional, but...
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I think Gillespie, the police chief, I think he was portrayed by Rod Steiger, his name. I feel like a lot of the acting was good, but I don't think it was, some of it just wasn't as good as I think as it could have been.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not saying it's bad, but it just, and it didn't fall flat at all, but it could have been a little bit better, I think, with some people.
I also like how the story, like when I was the first 5 minutes, you think it's going to be a cliche. He gets charged with a crime he did not commit, and then he has to prove that he's innocent. I thought that was going to be a cliched storyline, but I like how they threw in a little bit of a twist by saying that he was a police officer. Actually had him get involved in it.
Yeah, I really did like that aspect of it, and I think that was probably one of the better points of the film as well. Like the plot, I think there were some aspects of the plot that were really good, and some other parts that were a bit more that weren't executed as well. Like I like that twist, and it was only at the very beginning, so it's not a huge spoiler. And I think, I guess if you really, look for a plot online or whatever, then you can learn that in the first minute or so.
Yeah.
Not that much of a spoiler, but yeah, it's just one thing that that's one of the benefits. I feel like there was some other aspects that were just not as well executed and stuff. Like, I won't go into specifics, but I feel the way that Mr. Gibbs, portrayed by Sidney Poitier, I think that's Poitier, I don't know how to pronounce names. Some of the clues they worked, like you kind of get the links in, but some of them just they weren't explained it well. It's just kind of like, oh, okay, we'll just go along with it.
Yeah, definitely.
But yeah, I think it was also pretty well shot. I think it was also decently shot.
Yeah, it was some decent shots. I mean, nothing really great, but it was nice.
Some shots were alright, but I think it was, as well, it's you like as well during that time period. Obviously, now we have all these extra habits, and we can do all these extra camera angles, so you have to take that again a little bit more consideration. I think.
Well, I'm not so sure about that. I mean, 2001: A Space Odyssey came out the next year, and in my opinion, is one of the best films of all time.
Yeah, sure. That's true. I'll agree with you there. I just think that I don't think it was a horrible shot film. I think it was decently shot.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was decently shot. It was nothing great, but it wasn't bad either.
Yeah, I like how we're now having a bit of back and forth. That like almost it seems like it's almost like two different opinions on the film. I noticed between us two, Blaine.
Yes. I thought the film was overall quite enjoyable, but nothing great.
Yeah, it was enjoyable, but it wasn't like some people rate it. I think I saw on Metacritic or Rotten Tomatoes, one of those two. It was like 95% or like 8 or 9 out of 10 on IMDb, something like that. And that's really overrated, I think.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it was bad, but I wouldn't rate it that high.
Well, I'm not sure what its rating is on Rotten Tomatoes or Metacritic, but it was enjoyable, but nothing great. I think that's really what this film was like.
I mean, I would recommend people at least watch it once. But
yeah, and it's a good social commentary on the time, but I think some of the events of the film wouldn't really happen today, and thus is a little bit dated.
Definitely.
Yeah, and so that definitely shines through. But if you can look at it like a period film, that works fine. Also, it has a great soundtrack. I have to say, this film has.
It's definitely pretty good.
Yeah, Ray Charles in The Heat of the Night, and yeah, I'm a fan of Ray Charles, and I like a lot of his music, but I like the music he did in this film, and it might have been a deliberate choice to choose him as well, since he was quite a famed black musician. That might be a little reference to the whole race issue that this film is exploring.
Potentially,
yeah. So, out of 5 stars, what would you give this film?
Out of 5 stars, I'd probably give it. Honestly, I'd probably maybe give it a 3.5. I'd say something like that.
Yeah, I would give it about the same, 3.5. Yeah. Well.
Thanks for having me back.
Well, thanks for joining us again. Nice to have you. And if there's anything else in the future,
yeah, I think we've got now.
Alright, thank you for watching, and if you enjoyed this, don't forget to subscribe for more.
Subscribe to him.
Yes.
Just like, oh wait, yeah, I was gonna say dislike, and then I realized, shit. Yeah, just like all his videos, fellas.
Oh.
I'm kidding, like.
Thank
Quality
you.
stuff, yeah.
Alright, yeah. See ya.